There we go. Hello, all you crazy, beautiful people. How are you doing today? We're getting a pretty late start. It's almost 2 p.m. here in Great Falls, Montana, and it's a lot earlier, well, later than I would prefer it to be, but dealing with some family stuff, working with my father-in-law. He's got some health issues right now, and we've been doing a lot of hospital visits and crazy stuff like that, just trying to figure out what's going on. And I've not been very successful. So now I am here, and now we're going to work on some drawings and spend a couple hours together and have a good time, and I'm very excited for that. Thank you, by the way, to all of you amazing new subscribers over on YouTube. I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed the video talking about this amazing program called Clip Studio that is now on iPad. I would love to get your opinions on what else you would like to see me talk about in this program. So if you wouldn't mind dropping a comment in the comment below or leaving a comment in the chat on Twitch. This is all information I would love to get for you, and just want to keep capitalizing on this brand new thing called Clip Studio. Everyone's freaking out about it. The only thing everyone doesn't like about it is the subscription for $8.99 per month, but you do start with 6 months free, so there is some pros and cons, but I'm telling you, this program is amazing, and if you are a professional and you're making money as an artist in the professional world, this is kind of a godsend. So I am personally very excited that Clip Studio has been brought to the iPad, and it's mind-blowing in comparison to all the other apps that we use to do our drawings in, and I'm excited to continue to work in it. And within just 4 days of being in this program, I'm just blown away, and I'm having a great old time with it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to hop on over into our drawing section and have some fun. And as you can see, you can join me in the chat room. Looks like I do need to make a small adjustment because I've been readjusting a few things here on this, and I guess I'm not very prepared today. Yes, okay. Anyway, let me blow this up here real quick and get this sized where it needs to be. And special thanks also to Ben Stover, who hooked me up with this great little setup here that you can see kind of made to make everything form factor into a Twitch environment. So thank you very much, Ben, for all the work you put into the neat little Draw Too Much text and just the whole layout that you did. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. It's time to get this show on the road and have a little bit of fun. Got some basic stuff I'm doing. I worked on a couple projects yesterday and last night and today, and I'm just having some fun with my Mr. Lee character. This is a commission I'm working on for someone. Excuse me, not exactly appreciating the face forward thing, and you can see some real issues with this piece, but I am enjoying I started enjoying the drawing, and then when I inked it, I looked at it, and I hated it. But you can see that I've been having a lot of fun with my Mr. Lee character, kind of rebuilding him into a new shape and form, because if you guys have known my original Mr. Lee, it's a whole different look in comparison to the original Mr. Lee. Big head, little body, and in comparison to what used to be a rather normal-sized head and body and kind of muscular form factor. Now I'm creating adorable little stuff like this, and I finished this guy up this morning at about 3 a.m. When I woke up and just did some final coloring techniques and things. So really excited to hang out with you guys today. Get on in here and have fun with us, and also thank you to all the new followers who follow me here on Twitch. Let me go ahead and quickly send out a tweet on my amazing little stream deck. Just send this out and let everyone know that I am live right now on Twitter. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, just look up Legacy Studio Pro, and you will, and that's all one word, Legacy Studio Pro, and that is my Twitter. And I don't use it for much except to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing on YouTube or now on Twitch and stuff like that, but get followed over there so you can get those updates the same way that you would here on Twitch, and same way that you would on any other of my social networks. And one of the things I want to start doing, and one of the reasons why I want you to follow me on Twitter, is because I can send you live Twitch updates or tweets right from my Stream Deck, which is very, very unique and very cool. And one of the things I want to do is a 20-minute challenge and a 10-minute challenge. I also want to ask you guys, what should I draw, and find out what you guys are thinking on Twitter. So I have all the stuff programmed in here so that I can just hit a button and it'll send you guys a tweet saying, what should I draw? And then that will be something that we draw in that moment. And same thing, whether we do a 10-minute challenge or a 20-minute challenge. And then I got this cool little countdown clock that I can hit right here, and you can see that once it gets through all that sort of stupid stuff, because I got to change it, then you get that 10-minute countdown clock, which is going to be really, really cool, and I think will come in kind of handy for having some fun little challenges to draw something as quickly as possible. Just trying to make this a more fun environment for us to hang out in, and really looking forward to it. Let me try one quick stupid thing here. I don't know if I have them programmed in here anymore. I had a fun little button here. Nope, maybe I removed it. I had, of course, everyone has Travolta doing that little question thing. I had him programmed in here, but I don't see him in here anymore. I must have removed it because I reprogrammed this whole thing. Spent my whole day yesterday literally reprogramming everything about this board to get this as professional quality as humanly possible, whether it's here on Draw2Much or on my review channel, Legacy Studio Reviews. Got a bunch of stuff going on Legacy Studio Reviews that I'm very excited about as well. Hop on into the chat room, fill it up here. You're going to see yourself pop in right below me here when you put in your chats. So you will be live with me on YouTube and on Twitch, and always enjoy having you guys in here to hang out with me. Starting off a little bit later in the day, I kind of feel like I'm losing half of my audience, because half of my audience is watching at 9, 10, 11, and 12 o'clock at night from across the country, which is so unique and amazing that you can do that. Anyway, I got Mr. Lee here, and I got him all finished up, and I wanted to show you that. That was kind of a cute piece. My wife loved that. And I'm going to hop back over here. I was working on this one today while I was at the hospital waiting for my father-in-law, and I was just trying to get this whole funny idea of maybe me drawing me and poking me in the butt or something like that, and just trying to have a little bit of fun with that. I was trying to come up with some funny draw illustrations that I can stick in here just to show you guys what's going on or whatever, something fun. But I do have a bunch of commissions to do, and I'm some days I'm looking forward to them more than others, and today is a day where I'm just kind of bleh. It's kind of hard to tell if I want to work on them or not, and I'm just kind of challenging myself to get them done, and it can be, some days it's great and some days it's cool. So let's see what we can get out of this today. I was working on that first piece that you saw right here, I guess. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this because, yes, I do have, that is an amazing likeness of his face. It does look exactly like the guy I was drawing, but at the same time, I just do not like face-forward caricatures. I really don't. They're flat, they're dead, they're boring. I'm really a person who likes a caricature from the side, where the nose is not directly at the camera. It gives definition, it gives depth, it gives action, and I find that that really adds to a piece where what I was drawing instead is completely different. Who do we got in here? I can't read that name for nothing. Let me see if I try to blow this up a little bit, if I can see a little better. That is a really long name that I can't even read. Hang on, I'm getting there. Can't read it there either. The chat box has gotten just a bit smaller, so it hides the name of the person a little harder. But anyway, I see you there. Welcome. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. And I at least can recognize you by the pink, as you can see. But no, for some reason that screen is just a bit too small for me to see it. Resident Tree Hugger. Oh, it's Resident Tree Hugger. What's going on, Resident? Now I see it. Hey, what's going on? Sorry, my glasses are really dirty, apparently. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Let's see. We are going to restart this one commission, I think, from scratch. And I've drawn this guy's face a ton of times. And just he's so, and this is going to sound really weird coming from a guy, and trust me, this is not how it sounds, but he's just such a pretty guy, you don't want to mess up on him. Hey, Amy. I like that too. Resident Tree Hugger, Amy. So we have Amy in the house, his house. So I'll try to remember Amy. I will forget, but just bear with me on that. I'll do my best to remember. Let me go ahead and find this person that I'm drawing. This guy he's got smoldering eyes. I think I've tried to draw him a couple times already on a couple of my different streams, but I really need to get somewhere with this and get this guy done. And I become quite the stalker. I get on Facebook, I go through everyone's pictures, trying to find good photos of the people that I am drawing so that I can get this likeness and pose that makes these people so good. I just gotta get it just right. And the thing that I noticed first thing about this guy is that he is a poser, a big time poser. Whenever he poses for a picture, he's like, deep smolder, look deep into my eyes kind of thing, you know? And so I obviously want to capture that, but I want to find that smile in him too and see if I can bring that out just a little bit. As well as, I mean, the thing is, when you like this, nose, straightforward, can't tell how deep the nose is because of shading and shadow. I mean, if you try to draw this, unless you have an understanding of the structure of a nose and why this shadow is right here across the beak of the nose, you might not think to draw the nose long, when obviously maybe that would be the thing to do, or this hump right here on the top of the nose, or the pointiness of the nose. So having a side complexion of the face really, really, really goes a very long way to a very, very good caricature. That's why usually I send a picture to people and tell them, you guys need to draw, you need to send me 3 pictures that look like this, and then I will send them 3 different images from different angles. Oh, that's excellent, actually. That's a really good picture. Pre-beard, but I can add the beard in later. That's actually awesome. Okay, so I got my picture. Now, something I learned recently that I really, really like that helps me in caricatures is Photoshop has images and it makes them full size. But what I do is I download the image onto my computer and I open it up in a separate program. And then my goal is to make this image really, really tiny, like thumbnail size, because I want to see as few of the details as I can and just focus on the overall face. And we'll focus on, you don't have to have the exact mouth, the exact eyes, the exact facial features. You just have to have the proportions between them correct to be able to get his face right. So I'm going to pop into Illustrator and open this up in Illustrator, and then from there I can go ahead and get that likeness focus that I'm looking for here. Turn down my microphone in my ears just a little bit because I'm screaming at myself. It's kind of loud. The other thing is pixelated images kind of stink too, but I can work with that. So I'm going to go ahead and move this face where I want it. He tried to pose but couldn't quite get it, which is actually kind of a good thing for me. That way I can focus on getting his face just so. I got this face really, really small. I mean, seriously, it's maybe penny size on my full 27-inch, well, no, this is a 32-inch screen, and I just got his face about the size of a penny right now in front of me, so I can really start to get this likeness worked up. And this is going to be a full face and body caricature, so I really want to try and get this likeness as good as I can with that. Once again, we are in Clip Studio. It's amazing. I've missed it so much. There is one thing I would like to have in here that I have not seen yet, and that is the ability to record. Now, of course, you can hop into your computer, into your iPad and apparently record the screen, which I haven't tried to do yet. I'm not certain how to do that yet. But in saying that, I do like that Procreate has a built-in recording system. That is something that Clip Studio does not have, at least not that I've found yet. But I really do love that you can record the screen in Procreate, and that it doesn't move the image around and jut the image around, because I do a lot of spinning and rotating and sizing and resizing and modifying, and by the time you're done, you're just so incredibly dizzy. I was just watching one of my favorite artists just the other day, Patrick Brown, and I was watching his piece that he was working on, and my brain just started frying all over the place because it's just so chaotic what he's doing. Because yes, it is a speed paint, and yes, he did capture it well, but at the same time, my brain is just shot, like absolutely shot, just trying to pay attention to what he created. And yeah, no, it gets way too confusing. I'm trying to adjust my stuff here so you guys can see the whole canvas that I'm working on here. Okay, so anyway, I am going to see what we can do with this guy, and I do wish that this had an ability to record, because I am always looking to find videos to put up on YouTube on Draw2Much. I mean, it's great to have Draw2MuchLIVE up here, but not everyone's going to watch a 3-hour show. So to be able to have that ability to quickly take a break on the show, hit record it separately, record a video separately, and then once the stream is done, upload it to YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why one of my videos is hitting 1,000 views here in the next few minutes, quite literally, which is all about Clip Studio. So I'm making sure that this is a happy medium in that sense. That's really good, and I do wish that that recording ability was there for that purpose. So let's go ahead and start on the face. And I am mirroring it, so his face is actually facing the other way. But I'm going to go ahead and draw it this way because that's my natural desire to want to draw it facing the other direction. But I think it'll help. And the goal right now is just to focus on just even getting the face in the structure that I'm looking for. Okay, so when I can actually take a look and see that the nose is a pretty large piece on his face here, and I can draw that out. It also lets me get a really good look at the shadows too, and really decide what kind of shadows I'm really trying to find in his face that are really going to help make up his character. And like I said, once again, we're removing all the details of this face and just focusing on the elements that we can see from far away. Okay. All right. Give that a shot sometime, guys. You may really be surprised by that. To let an image just be so entirely small, and you feel like you're not in control of it when you see it at this size. But yeah, it really, really works, and it works. It's kind of impressive what you can accomplish when you're looking at the face in whole, and you're seeing the shadows, and you find that your brain is looking for whatever it can find to create the image that you're trying to sell. You get really, really picky, and so you start to really focus on things a bit too much. And so going and looking at things far away causes your brain to still look really, really hard for details, but it creates these details in such a way where you can find more important stuff. So instead of zooming in and seeing the little detail of the eye, the little detail of the mouth, the little detail or whatever, you might see the shadows of the face instead that make up the depth of different features, seeing how deep something goes in, looking at an eyeball and seeing that there's shadow underneath the eye in some way or another. I mean, these are the little details that will make up the final piece. Even though you're not seeing, I mean, even though I'm literally seeing an image that in my face is only about that big, which is incredibly tiny. But you can see I'm getting a structure, and I feel really good about it so far. I'm also going to be changing up the look, believe it or not, as I move forward here, because I'm drawing him right now with a small beard. But his latest image is actually a very full, thick, manly, pretty intense beard, much more intense than mine is. And also, he is black, so his beard is much thicker and a whole different hair type than, say, mine is. And so it has this really, really cool looking buildup that I want to focus on as well. But as I'm drawing this out here, I can really start to bend the rules a little bit and kind of focus on whatever these details are, just to kind of start to build up this face. And I'm looking at where the highlights are and where the shadows are, and it just kind of guides you a little bit more as you're going along. And you'll find that when you get the big image done, kind of like I have here, then you start looking at smaller things like the nostrils. And you start looking in those tighter areas, and you start trying to figure that out. And because the image is smaller, it actually kind of helps you see it from a broader perspective. You start actually seeing where the nostril lines up with the eyes and stuff like that. And just what you can do to just kind of get this structure. It's kind of cool. I need to do an actual video tutorial on this and kind of cover that as well. Like I said, guys, I am looking for information from you guys on what you want me to teach on YouTube. I am... I'm not willing to just put up Twitch videos on YouTube and on Twitch. I need some content as well that I want to teach as I'm doing stuff. So I would greatly appreciate if you have any questions at all. Let me know in the comments on YouTube, or let me know here on Twitch so that I can look at making future videos. I'll either make a note on it so I can cover it later during another stream, or we'll literally record it right away as I explain something. If it's something that I feel like other people can use, then I'm happy to help. And if it's something where I can help out just one individual, I'm happy to do it. So right there, that is a really, really good look. That looks like him, and it looks a lot better than some of the other stuff I've been drawing. One of the things that I know he wants is he does want to be very muscular in structure as well. And he is a big guy. He's got big pushy necks and shoulders and stuff. So I really want to make sure that when I'm building his full character out, that muscle and bulk shows in especially his neck. I think guys appreciate those big necks. I know I do. And so when I've been drawn by other people, having this scrawny little tiny neck like this, no, you know, we all selfishly as guys want to be the big muscle hulks, and this guy has actually worked out his body to be that. So I want to help create that and follow through on that for him as we go ahead here. So I have this, it's a really great face. I really like how it looks. Now he's probably going to want to look a little less happy-go-lucky and a little bit more sultry, so I'm going to try and adjust this a little bit. I'm going to merge my two layers together that I have here and hide this in the background here so I can start focusing on trying to get this a little bit more bold and, you know, kind of thing. And now that I've done this, and now that I've really gotten his face, now I'm just going to zoom in one or two on his picture. Just enough to just start showing me tiny little extra details to continue to build up the face. I don't want to see the overall image up close just yet. I just want to zoom it in one or two clicks on Illustrator just so I can see new parts of his face show up that were hiding in the initial sketch, so I can continue doing the build-up of this and helping him get those sultry eyes that I think he wants or whatever. So, for lack of a better term, I'm calling them sultry eyes, but whatever. So here in the eye, you know, we'll add in like the tear duct that I might not have seen so well before. Kind of his eye isn't completely open. It's actually more like this now that I'm looking at it. You know, and so it kind of helps you focus on refining a little bit. As you zoom in, now you can kind of see the line over the eyes. You can see where the bag is under the eye. That's going to add that detail. You can maybe see a little bit more of the white of the eye in the corner there. That's going to, you know, add more of that likeness as well. And maybe see a little gap in his eyebrow. So there, and then right here is a little gap. Barely there, but it is there. And so little things like that, you know, that you just didn't see before when you did that last little zoom in. It's very, very helpful. Yeah, I don't have the reference up because I don't have permission to show the reference. I apologize about that. That is something where I would need permission from the individual before I did that. I mean, because it is a live show, I would feel that it would be very important to get permission from them, that I actually show them. Hopefully, by the time I'm done, you have a reference because I've drawn them pretty well. But truth be told, I want to make sure that I'm protecting them, and of course I'm digging through their Facebook. I'm grabbing photos that they've shared on their Facebook, and though they might be okay with sharing those Facebook photos with their friends who follow them on Facebook, they might not be okay with me or them being shared online. So there is a reason why I'm not sharing their photos. If I have permission to, then I'm always happy to do that, but when all else fails, then I have to kind of teach without the reference, which I understand would really help you guys right now. But yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm protecting my clientele, make sure that they are happy so that I can continue being happy and have fun. Last thing I need is to be sued for drawing someone as a cartoon. Okay, so let's go ahead and push this up here. And bring this back down, trying to push out this look. His eyeball on this side is very rounded, kind of popping out of the head a little bit. Not in any way gross or anything, but I do want to show that there is depth right here. There is a structure going on that is causing the eye to kind of stick out of the head just a little bit because of the direction of the face, you know. So I can build this up a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this way. And now I can start focusing on, for instance, where the structure of the nose is. And the nostrils are taking on a different shape than I had initially seen in my first sketch, which is actually a really good thing, because that means as I'm developing this, and I felt that the likeness was good from far away, now I'm starting to push in, and I'm starting ways to add to the likeness. You know, so it's very, very helpful to see the broad spectrum picture first. Okay. Yeah, I would absolutely show his pictures if I could, but I mean, I got pictures of him standing with his family, I got pictures of him holding a baby and stuff like that, and maybe those aren't people that he would want to have shared with the public. I know YouTubers who do not introduce their family on YouTube and such because they want their family to be protected from stupid. Now he has got this really, really cool biggish mouth, and of course those properly sized lips, and so I want to make sure those really stand out and pop as much as possible. And he's got a very, very sharp center V for the lips, so really want to make sure I get that. There's some kind of shading right here where the lip is kind of going into a chasm and then coming out the other side. So I have to think about it in two ways. One, is this something that I try to shape in with color or with shading, or is this something that I try to draw in a single line? If I draw it in with a single line, it might look like a crack in his lip, or just a shape of the lip where... well, not a shape of the lip, but like an age line in the lip, like his lips are chapped. Or else the other theory is to draw it as more of a shaded item, like I was saying, where then it's more subtle. He's got really, really small ears, so we can kind of focus on that. And the ear, it looks like it actually kind of folds down a little bit, so I'm going to try and capture that too. Not by much, just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Thank you for everyone who is hanging out, and just to let you know, would greatly appreciate it if you consider stopping by Twitch and becoming a follower over on Twitch. I greatly appreciate the 26 people we have. If we can get 100 people in here by the end of the month, I will be giving away a caricature that I will be drawing live here on Twitch. Also, if you're willing to donate to the cause, you can see that there is a goal to reach $160 by the end of the month. And if we can reach that goal, then I will also be giving away a caricature in both cases. So would love your help, because that goes to help my wife and I, because right now I'm kind of unemployed, kind of in the middle of not knowing when my next shift is or whatever, and would be very helpful for the finances as well. So yeah, it's kind of not exactly how I wanted things to go with my life at this moment, but I'm making it work. I am enjoying being on here, but not knowing when the next shift is or the next paycheck is very, very rough. I'm just quickly doctoring in where his beard is going to be, because it's a very unique beard, like I said, and you're going to see here in a second, because it's actually going to come down here and pretty much go down to here and then come back up. And kind of like this. So I'm just kind of using this brush. I'm not even sure what kind of brush I'm using right now, but this brush just to kind of watercolor in where the beard is, so I can, dude, that looks exactly like him with the beard. That is perfect. That is perfect. Oh, that makes me happy, because I was definitely concerned if he would lose his face shape because I did that, but that knocked this one out of the park. That's awesome. That looks so cool. He's got this big, bulky beard with a very square bottom to it. That looks exactly like him. Dude, that rocks. Oh, I love when that happens. That's a happy mistake, if you will, you know? Then why did you draw the chin if it's under the beard? Because I want to make sure I get the structure right. I want to make sure that his face looks like him, because I don't have a good reference photo of him facing this direction let me put it this way. I have a great face picture of him, but he doesn't have the beard he wants. And then I do have another picture where he's face on with the beard he wants. I can't really use the picture with him face on because it just doesn't look right. I don't know if I still have that original image. I think I deleted it. But this, drawing it from the side, seeing exactly what I'm seeing, and then putting his hair structure over top of that, if I did it right, then it gets the feel that I'm looking for. And this just killed it. So that's a very good question, though. Greatly appreciate that. So... all right. This is awesome, though. That looks exactly like him. I'm incredibly pleased with that. I think I'm ready to go ahead and take this to ink. So we're going to go ahead and minimize this down and hide it a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and go in with some inking. Let me make sure that I have a new layer and start inking this, making sure that my pen is really, really small. And also taking a look at how much space I'm using of the overall canvas, which I'm not using much. So I'm going to quickly take this layer and blow it way up. Because I really, even though I will be drawing him as a whole face and body, for me, getting this face is really, really important when it comes to getting like really good quality line work in the face is really, really important to a good commission. Okay, let's zoom in here. All right, so now I'm going to be looking for things like, I can zoom in even more. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to spoil my structuring that I've already created. At a certain point in time, you just got to stop, and you just got to ink with what you have and be satisfied with it. You know, you can find more ways to make it look more like him, but then when you start adding in more, you actually start to make it more realistic, and that's not what I want to do. Your goal needs to be to refine it to the point of cartoon where you're satisfied with it and then run with it at that point. If you start pushing it even further, you're just going to cause more and more realism, and I'm not a realism artist. That's not why I'm hired to do these pieces. I'm designed to do them in a cartoony, fun, unique way, and that's my ultimate goal, to capture that unique, fun twist. Okay, so I can just really start to refine out little details, like the smile lines that he may have, which is very, very subtle. And now I'm looking at his eyebrow, which originally did have this gap here, but now that I've zoomed in, it's filled itself in. So maybe that's something that I won't detail as much. But I have a awesome looking structure of the face, and that to me is the most important thing that I can possibly do, because now that I'm looking at his face in detail up close, now I can just continue to add the little nuances that finalize it. It's really gonna pop. Okay, let's hide this, and I can start looking at just certain specific lines to really start knocking in these structures. Try and do as many of these lines in one smooth motion that you can. Okay. Really try to dig depth out of your lines. I'm finding that it's starting to look a bit flat, and that actually concerns me, because if it's starting to look flat, then I'm starting to not like it. And that's really important to me, that it retains shape and form. So I might go back and I might redo a couple things to make sure that I'm retaining that form that I initially saw. You know, because shading can go a long way. Just a couple scrapes of your pencil can give so much form that suddenly can go missing when you actually ink something to a final piece. And you either have to fix it in color, or you need to work a little bit more on the structure. Structure is incredibly important, and something that I haven't studied in an analytical way nearly as much as other people have. But when you get a good look at this and you really focus on getting that structuring right, it can make all the difference. And that's one of the reasons why I actually, when I finalize a layer of a sketch, I actually blend it together with all of the other layers. So if I'm happy with my sketch, I will flatten the layer with all the layers below it previously, even if there are useless sketches below, because I find sometimes that the different layers on top of each other will actually build up a shadow that I didn't see when I initially started that can sometimes make all the difference. So I will flatten all the layers together so I can always keep that initial shape. Okay. For some reason, I really don't like that line. Okay. Okay. Start working on this mouth. And I'm always still looking for ways to exaggerate. If I can exaggerate something, if I haven't pushed it far enough in my initial sketch, I'm not afraid to push it further. Let me change this. I am afraid to push it further because I don't want to mess up likeness, but at the same time, it's good to try to find ways where you can push those dynamics. So if you can find something that you feel can be exaggerated even further, run with it. This looks so much better than my other 20 drawings I've done of him. Okay, that front of the scalp is a bit too... There we go. Nice, thick, bold outlines on the outside for me. That's how I like to do things. And then on the inside, I will shrink them down and get those little finite details with a smaller size. It just really gives a lot of dynamic pull. That's one of the things that I've taught from the very beginning, is quality of line is going to make all the difference in your artwork. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go find that other image of him that I have saved in my computer, where I have the, is it an exercise to draw many pictures of the same person, each one getting more and more distorted? Yeah, it's absolutely, I actually did that just 2 days ago. There was an image that I started on for a person of a piece I'm working on called FPV Slacker. And FPV Slacker, I started on his face, and I just found that I was being too realistic, and I wasn't loosening up a little bit. And so I realized I was working far too hard at trying to find those definitions of his face. So I decided, let's get stupid, quite literally, and just take his face and distort it beyond belief, and then slowly bring it back. And I would distort so much that it would look absolutely nothing like him, and then I would kind of bring it back a little bit at a time until it started to find its space that worked. So yes, there is absolutely 100% nothing wrong with over-exaggerating someone to the extent that you can't even recognize them anymore, and then bringing it back to find your style, to find what matches you. There's nothing wrong with that. Go for it. I strongly suggest it, actually. And the big thing for me is make sure whatever you sell, whatever you give to someone, it's a piece that you like. Because they are about to go and share it with all of their friends and all their family, and it will make the make or break difference of whether or not it's your next, whether or not you're going to make another sale or not. Because I'd say 75 to 80% of the people that I draw, once the commission is done, they will immediately upload it to Facebook and use it as their profile picture, and people will immediately respond back to them and say, who did your drawing? And they say, Tim Michael, draw too much, and next thing you know, I have more sales. That sounds like it would work. Proco, Court Jones teaches the other way, I think. Court Jones is amazing. There is nothing wrong with the advice that Court Jones says. Go for it. And there is no wrong way to draw. The thing I like about Court Jones' technique is that he uses the structure of the face, and I love his technique where he shows how to follow lines through the face using the old classic style artists and I can kind of show you that with this face here. If I make a new layer over top, and let's go grab some red, I can see about taking lines through the eyes. See if there's a line through the eyebrows, through the brow of the face, through here, coming down around the mouth, and see if there are structures, and then being able to match up the structures and see if they match across the board. I find that is something incredibly important to find balance in the face. So Court Jones, hands down, amazing, amazing artist. I love his stuff that he's done of Gene Wilder, or Gene Wild, I guess. Hello there! All the names are in blue, so I can't even read it because it's just so crazy saturated. So I can't see who's saying heya, but hiya back. And you're welcome to get in the chat. And I'm sorry I can't read your name. I always have fun reading the names and not being able to pronounce them. It's a long one. I can see that's a long name. But yeah, absolutely. There is no wrong way to draw. I am never going to tell you that another artist like Court Jones or Jason Seiler or Jazza or Ross Draws or any of these guys, I'm never going to tell you that they draw wrong. And I kind of doubt that they'll ever tell you that I draw wrong. I think that we all understand that there is a style that gets us to our final goal, and there are structures that can lead to a better commission and a better final project. There are important ways to draw the face to get structure involved, but in the end, if you can have Picasso draw a nose where an eye goes and draw shapes and figures that make no sense at all and be an amazing artist, there is really no wrong way to draw, and there's really no wrong technique. Some people do better starting from big, expansive, crazy, and bringing it in. My brain goes the complete opposite, where I go and I'm so focused on getting this commission so exactly right that my wife comes in, looks at it, and goes, "Wow, it does look like him, but it looks like realism." And then and she'll say, "I like your cartoon style more." And I thought this was my cartoon style, you know, and so I'll literally delete it in front of her, and she go, "What'd you do that for? It looked good." I go, "Because you've told me it's not my cartoon style. So that means I've overthought this, and I need to start it over again." And she's always been right. Anytime I've ever started an image over from scratch and focused it back and cooled things down and rebuilt that, and just that alone just fixes it right there. My name is boring, and now I hate that I am watching your stream. It's an awesome name. It's an awesome name. Some people come up with some very creative names here. It's a very unique one. So I don't blame you if you don't like it, but I do think it's kind of good. So you can keep that. That's a good name in my mind. I think it's pretty funny. So definitely no wrong way to draw. Now, I will say, if you are trying to figure out structure, if you're trying to figure out, if you want to, get like, if you want to, hang on, it'll hit me in a second. If you want to get anatomy more correct, then there are correct ways to do anatomy drawings and things like that, and there are bone structures and stuff like that. But when it comes to cartoon, when it comes to this, you take it as far as wild as you want, and you bring it in as minimal as you want. You find your style by not focusing on what you're doing wrong. You find your style by being excited when you find something that you're doing right, and then you expand upon that to build out your final piece. I was about to read the next message in line, but that's one of my little advertisements, so that one's not important. All right. Cord Jones, awesome artist, though. Love his stuff, and always very inspired by his stuff. I've been a follower of his for quite some time. After the years on Twitch, having every streamer comment that my name I have and love it because I hate drawing attention, but I like compliments. that does work, though. I mean, yeah, if you don't like drawing attention, you're kind of stuck. What would really stink is if you hated compliments, too. That looks great. That looks so much like him. I'm very, very pleased with that. That rocks. Okay. That looks excellent. I think the next step will be to move this into the next realm of trying to now get this put on a body. So, let me go ahead and save this real quick so I don't lose anything. I also like that Clip Studio does auto-save. Let me go ahead and hop out of here and go and find his messages to me so that I can start focusing on what he was wanting. Let's see. My handle is Dusty Air. It pays homage to the dust storms in Iraq that routinely grounded my helicopters. If that could be incorporated into the picture, that would be great. And finally, what else did he say? Black guy, muscular build. If my caricature would reflect that as well. Bald, white digital camo, painted fat sharks, Dusty Air. That it's yours from there. Okay. So, and I think I charged him for full body? Let me see what I got for that. General ideas. Let me see what I charged him for. Okay, here's the next step. What type of character you want? Face to waist, face to body. Face to waist if possible. That makes my day a lot easier. I need compliments to live too. Trust me, I'm right there with you. Compliments to live is a must. I'm definitely one of those folks as well. Which is one of the reasons why I like caricature, because it's if you've done your job right, it's a very instant reward kind of thing, for sure. If you've done your job wrong, then you know very quickly, and sadly that can have the opposite effect. But yeah, definitely reward is key very quickly. I'm going to save a duplicate so I don't I don't lose what I got going on here. I am watching a stream is not following. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where's my... I wish I had my air horn thing programmed in here, because da-da-da-da-da. Let me do this real quick and see if I can catch this before it does this. We're going to do this, and I'm going to unmute my desktop, and hopefully, in a second... There you go. I am watching your stream is not following. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, anyway. Mute that and get back to music. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and go to... let's see. He needs goggles. So we're going to put some goggles on his head. And he needs camo. So let me go ahead and save as. And let me change this to Jason Biff. Okay. So that's Jason. And I'm going to save one more. Save as Jason 2. And this one... Oh, whoops. Jason 2. And then this is face to waist. Okay. Now I can start actually building up that face to waist. So we'll start by erasing the under drawing so that I can just have that. And la 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 la. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and start changing this up here. Let's see, we are at 51 minutes. In a few moments here, in a few minutes here, we're going to be at our 1 hour mark. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do our first contest. So you need to be following me on, well, not contest per se, but first challenge, which I've never gotten to do before. What's going on? What's up, Mr. Shiny? Or Mrs. Shiny? Miss Shiny? Mr. Shiny? There's not really a... shiny guy, so that would definitely be a guy. So, Mr. Shiny, what's up, Mr. Shiny? Whoop, 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 whoop. Thanks for following and hanging out. I appreciate that. All right, so you guys need to be following me on Twitter right now. Twitter is Legacy Studio Pro, and I need to add that onto my stuff here. Thank you very much, shiny guy. I'm going into my socials right now, and I'm going to send out a tweet that says, what to draw? And thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to send this tweet out right now. It's going to ask you guys what I should draw. I need you to go on Twitter, and respond back to my tweet. Let me know what you think I should draw. When we do that, then I can go ahead and take a look and see what we got and kind of do a mismatch of them all. But the challenge is going to be I have to draw it in 10 minutes, and it's going to be crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and send that tweet out right now, and it is sent. So what should I draw? Go on to Twitter. Let me know what I should draw on there. You just follow me at Legacy Studio Pro. P-R-O. Legacy Studio Pro. Okay. And while we're at it, I will open up my Twitter. And let's see what you guys respond back with. And in a few minutes, I'm thinking on the top of the hour, we will, well, not on top of the hour, excuse me, well, we could actually do the top of the hour. On the top of the hour, we're going to do our 10-minute challenge, which is going to kill me. Okie dokie. So, let's go here. I don't use Twitter. I'm trying to use Twitter more, and so this is me forcing myself to use Twitter more. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to do that, because I'm trying to force myself to use Twitter more. I'm not a tweeting person. I like sending pictures. I don't like sending tweets or just text. But I know how you feel, and I'm just doing it because that's what I'm supposed to do for better social marketing, apparently. Okay, now let's go ahead and start figuring out this digital camo junk, as well as his goggles. And the goggles are actually FPV goggles, and FPV goggles are first-person view goggles, which are made for flying multi-rotors and drones, which I actually have several pairs here, and I fly drones myself. And if I had a drone that I could easily grab, I would show you. Actually, I think, here you go. This is a drone. This is one of many drones that I have. This guy can go incredibly fast, and he's a lot of fun. And you see the camera here in the front. This camera is what you see out of while you're flying wearing goggles. It's incredibly fun. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out my channel, Shreddy Bear. And that is where I do all of my videos showing my flying that I do. A lot of these drones, like this guy here, have, you know, this guy's much bigger. He's called a 5-inch quad, and it has a mount where you can stick something like a GoPro Session in here, so you can record high-definition video while you're flying, and I take that video and I throw it up online. And you can go and find that on Shreddy Bear. Would love for you guys to get subscribed over there as well. Okay. All right, we're coming up. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. Those are 5 minutes long, and when we get back, we will do our 10-minute challenge. Would love for you guys to get on there and tweet back to me on what you think I should do. Like I said, look up Legacy Studio Pro. You'll see the image of me in my cartoon style drawing on my tablet. Anyone who is willing to go on there, put up what you think I should draw. Okay, let's start working on muscle structure and goggles. So I'm going to start with the goggles because that's what I'm used to doing. So following the circumference of the head here, we can start getting in where the goggle is going to be and where the strap will be. So the strap will go to about right here and come back this way, and then the goggle will mount in front of that. And the overall goggle faceplate is about like this. Okay. And Twitter link is going to be... actually, I really should just add that in there, shouldn't I? Let's see. What is my Twitter link? I can send it to you guys. Hang on just a second. I can send it to you. Here we go. It's coming your way right now. There it is. Draw2MuchLIVE. Twitter.com/Legacy Studio Pro. All right, guys. It is 2:55, so it is time for a bathroom break. I will be back momentarily, and we are going to give this a go. Let's see if I can do this within 5 minutes. Sometimes I take longer than 5 minutes. We're going to see. I'll be back in 5. Hit the button. Come on. Oh, fine. We're doing it this way. See you in 5. All right, you guys, and we are back now. What I'm going to do here in just a moment is we're going to do our 10-minute challenge, and what I'm also going to be doing is recording this challenge for YouTube. So what I'm going to do is pop into my Twitter and see if any of you guys have posted a response on what I should draw on Twitter. Hang on just a second while I take a look and see if we have anything. We do not. So since we don't have anything on the Twitter right now, I'm going to give you guys a chance to also put in your input. So if you want to, give me your theory of what I should draw on my 10-minute challenge, since we do not have any responses on Twitter. So quickly get those in there. We'll take a look and see what we got, and then we will record a video for YouTube, and it will be me trying to do this within 10 minutes, which is going to be crazy. So let's see if any of you guys have any input at the moment yet. Nope, no subjects, just whatever we want to draw. We keep it clean, of course, but we make it fun. And try to keep it within 10 minutes. I can definitely do some drawing critiquing. If you want to send that over to me on either Twitter or Instagram, just make sure you either at me on Twitter or hashtag me on Instagram. Shreddy Bear is my Instagram. A live park caricature, huh? Okay, well, I don't have any reference photos at the moment to do that. I'm okay with doing that, but I would like something a little different as well. Can I draw Rammy? Rammy, huh? Let me see who Rammy is. Let me see what we got here. All right. Chris Hemmingsworth. Oh boy, that'll be fun. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Let me see who Rammy is really quick. Rammy. Rammy from soccer, I guess. It looks like a soccer character. What's OC stand for? All right, 10 minutes. We're going to do Hemmingsworth, I think. I think we'll try Chris Hemmingsworth. Or Hemsworth. Let's see if I can even find a good image of him to draw. This ought to be a challenge. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and view the image. I found one that I think will do. And save that to my desktop. And open. And I need to open this in Illustrator. Show in Finder. Okay, let me open this in. Yeah, I think we'll do Hemmingsworth. Give it a shot and push my caricaturing ability. Which, totally okay with not doing that, but at the same time, I think I'll give that a shot. Okay. New. Illustration. This is going to stink. This is probably going to stink, but I'm going to give it my best. This is probably really going to stink. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to switch over to my other mode here and do my intro, and we're going to give this a shot, okay? So I'll see you in just a minute. Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another video here on my channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. This isn't going to go well. I don't think it's going to go very well. One of the things that I'm doing on my Twitch right now is I'm trying to start up doing some challenges. I think that that's going to help get some interest and maybe help you guys find some fun instead of me just drawing all my stupid stuff. So I went on Twitter and I sent out a tweet and I said, hey, you guys, what should I draw for a 10-minute challenge? And one response came back that said Chris Hemsworth. We're going to give it a shot. I don't know what's going to happen. I may not upload this to YouTube, admittedly, once it's done, but we're going to give it a shot. Would love for you to be involved. Hop on my Twitch, and you just look up Draw2MuchLIVE. You can go to twitch.tv/Draw2MuchLIve. And then also follow me on Twitter so that next time I do a 10-minute challenge, you can put out your opinion on what I should draw in that 10-minute challenge. And that's just Legacy Studio Pro is the name of my Twitter. So follow me on there as well. So we're going to go ahead and hop into my drawing side of things here and get ready to draw Chris Hemsworth in 10 minutes. This is gonna be rough. I am drawing in the amazing Clip Studio. I love Clip Studio. I think it's an excellent application that is finally on iPad, and I think it's going to be really fun to give this a shot, but it could be an epic fail too. So we're gonna do our best in 10 minutes to see what happens. The clock is starting now, and we're gonna give this a shot. The clock should be starting now. Oh, whoops, no, that's the wrong button. Sorry, it's this button. Here we go. Clock is starting now. All right, so you can see the little, that's freebie stuff now. Here we go, 10 minutes starting now. Okay, so with 10 minutes to do this, it's not going to be anything pretty, but I will try my best to at least get somewhat of a likeness in the image that I'm using here. If you look up Chris Hemsworth, there is an image of him sitting at a table with a microphone in front of him, wearing a blue jacket, blue blazer kind of thing, and that is the image that I am pulling my referencing from. So, once again, the whole goal is just keeping this image as small as possible to get the likeness. And literally, he's about the size of a quarter, and I'm just using that just to get the generalized structure of his face, and then from there I'll zoom in and start building up the structure that I think is going to be closer to him. 9 minutes already. And this could be an absolute epic fail, or it can be really good. But no matter what, it's a really good learning experience that I think we should all do and see what happens. All right, so starting just to get this hair blocked in and just scraping all this out because I really could care less right now about quality of line work. So, looking for features like where his cheekbones might be. Laugh lines are going to be really important. Mustache is going to be really important as well, of course. And just kind of carry all this down through here. And like I said, could be an ultimate fail, but we're gonna give this our very best shot. Really focusing as well on exaggeration as much as possible, which I'm kind of so focused on doing this right, it might not look very exaggerated, but it also might not look like him at all. So I really got nothing to lose here. 8 minutes. Okay, so, hey, take care, guys. See a couple people disappearing here. And let's go ahead and go into here and start getting this going on here. So, let's see. Got some of that. Now I'm seeing a lot of shading under this eye here and over here. So that's going to be really important. And this line going up like this. Okay. This is really crazy. All right, so I got my first initial concept. I'm going to go ahead and drop the opacity and zoom in here a little bit more and grab a slightly darker color, which is just an absolute time waster, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm also going to zoom in on the caricature by 1 or 2 clicks so that his face becomes a little bit more in view so I can actually start to get some of this concept here. Okay. Oh boy, this is really hard. Okay, and get this sharp nose here, and pretty open nostrils. Okay. Okay. 10 minutes just is not going to cut it, but I'm doing my best. I'd rather say that I tried than not try at all. Okay, and this eyebrow can actually kind of have fun and go up, kind of like that. Still gonna keep it kind of close to his face. And somewhere in here, there's that, okay. Okay, and start to get these laugh lines in here, which are pretty obvious. And okay. Five minutes. Okay. I'm seeing him in here, but I'm not seeing him in here, which is really bugging me. So I can kind of see the caricature of him, and I kind of see his likeness in here, but at the same time, something's missing, and it's very, very frustrating, especially with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to spare to even try to even get it pulled out of there. Alright, cheat time. We're gonna do a quick little line here, and grab it and pull it down. Uh-oh. Shoot. Let's see. I need to hold down Shift, I think. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Cancel the transformation, please. Let's go in here. No! Oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Now, turn off ratio. Pull this down. Okay. Why did it duplicate it? I didn't ask for you to duplicate. I did not ask for that. When did I ask you to duplicate? Do it again. Do it again. It's duplicating it. I don't want you to duplicate, for Pete's sake. Okay. 3 minutes and 33 seconds. This is not going to happen, but at least I tried. Okay, I don't get why it's duplicating it. Unfortunately, that's just not going to work. So what I'm going to do instead is just take this overall image and just stretch it down. Oh, come on. Something to do with my layers that I'm not aware of. Maybe I can fix it with the head. I think I'm way out of time here with 2 minutes left. But I'm going to see what I can do. You got to admit, to do this much in 10 minutes, I think is kind of good, so... Okay, here we go. And let's just do 2 minutes left. Okay. Just wish I knew how to quickly... We're going to quickly switch to a whole different brush. And I don't think it's going to make any difference at this point, but... With 1 minute and 23 seconds left, there's really no way to take this any further, I don't think. I really don't like how it's copying this either. That's not what I wanted to do. Sheesh. What about if I do it this way? I don't understand why it's doing this. There must be some setting that I'm not aware of. Alright, time is basically up, and I have a lot to learn about doing something in 10 minutes like that, but I am going to look at this just a little bit longer, zoom in a little, and just kind of mess with this just a little bit more. I also want to figure out why on earth this is not behaving right, and I also kind of want to critique myself. I want to see why I messed it up. What makes this not be Hemmingsworth? So I'm thinking this is a good chance to kind of learn, and also to, you know, take this to the next method and figure out why on earth it's doing that. Because you would think that it wouldn't need to do that. So, yeah, time's basically up, guys. I'm kind of giving up on this because I can't make the changes that I need to make in the time frame that I was looking to do. So now it's time to go into learning mode and see about what I can change about this for the future. So I'm just really frustrated by that alone. Why does it duplicate it? Because I haven't had that do that before. Yeah, I thought about moving the copy to the side, but definitely... I mean, if I turn off that layer, so all I want to do is adjust this one layer. So if I grab my lasso tool and I select this layer, that means that there has to be a setting somewhere that copies it when I don't want it to copy. So that means I have to go into my panels here and see where it is. And I'm wondering if it's one of these. Let's see what happens if I do that one and then I do this. Nope. Okay, so how to create... I don't think it's any of these. I don't think it's any of these, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Looks great to me. Maybe his chin is bigger. Yeah, I'm thinking the chin is definitely bigger. I think it needs to be more distorted, so I am going to be giving that a shot here in a few moments. I do want to see why I can't seem to adjust his face, because one of the other things I think is that his face is actually smaller within the circumference of his face. So once I figure that out, I think that will help as well. I think there's several things that we can do that's going to make this look pretty quickly like him, but why it's not allowing me to make this transformation without duplicating it like that, once I figure that out, I think I'll feel better about it. Yeah, I've never had that happen before like that, so it's got to be a setting somewhere that I'm unaware of. Lasso, selection pen. And there's barely any settings to this either, which is really unfortunate. Select new, select additionally, select partially, select already selected. Would that be it? Nope. That's something entirely different. Maybe when you let go, the bottom image disappears. Let's try and let go. Yeah, that's not it either. So it's definitely something stupid, and this is brand new. Something I'm not used to. Thank you for bearing with me while I try to figure it out. Usually I don't have this problem, so very confusing. I'm used to it being this one, because then you can take it and rotate the image. Which, I rotated it, there we go. And so why it copies it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And if I learn about it, that might have to be something I make a tutorial on, per se. So I'm trying a couple different stupid buttons here for no reason, just to see if it changes anything. Because I should be able to just grab the layer, period. So if I just grab the layer and I tell it to move it, see, I can move that face by itself. There are no other layers like this face. And then if I tell it that I want to adjust this face and I stretch it, it copies it. If I try to move it, it copies it. So it's got to do with this move tool. All right, well, we will not be posting this one to YouTube today, unfortunately, but I think that was a really good challenge and really eye-opening for what I can expect next time I do something like this, because I do think that was a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a really good challenge in the future. I wouldn't mind having myself like 15 minutes instead of 10, and also knowing how to use my own software a little better would help too, but at the same time, I enjoyed that very much. So just quickly looking through my options here to see if it's something stupid. I also wish I could see some of these tools a little better. Okay. I'm going to reset all settings to default. And now that I've reset all the settings to default with the lasso, I'm going to see what happens now. Still copying it. Okay, wait a minute. So if I move this in place and I tell it that I want to do this. Ah, there it is. Turn off keep original image. I found it. Okay. There we go. So now I can take this and stretch it down just a little bit because I think that's going to help. Okay. And then I'm also going to go inside here and I want to grab basically just the eyes, I think, are kind of the main focus that I need to kind of readjust to. So let me quickly grab this and come in here. And I think it's just the eyes specifically that seem to not feel right to me. So I'm going to squish them down. Okay, just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my blender and quickly just blend in some of this just so it's not so visual. And then we're going to try and make some small changes on it just so I can learn from it. And then I'll get back to my other stuff. Okay, so now that I kind of gotten this face a little bit closer to what I'm looking for, now let's go ahead and minimize this and kind of hide it down a little bit more, and then let's make some more adjustments. Try another layer over top and see if we can kind of build out Hemsworth just a little bit more. Hemsworth. First thing I'm noticing is that the eye on the right side is not drooping low enough yet, so I need to droop it down just a little bit lower. Okay, and then now that I'm zoomed in, now I can actually kind of see the eye inside the socket a little better, which is really going to help kind of grab that likeness too. So I can draw that eye in here now. There we go. And get this bag under the eye here. Okay. And this can come up this way. And this can come this way. Alright, and then back over to the other eye, which is open just slightly more, and the light seems to be hitting it a little bit more. Okay, and that little line there. And this is where I become a little too picky, and I think this is where I hurt myself, because I'm zoomed in on his picture by quite a bit, so I'm seeing all the details. And details are great, but once again, I'm really not capturing what I want to capture, which is more of an essence drawing. So it's still supposed to be a caricature, but I want it to be this exaggerated form of it. And I'm afraid my brain may be trying to process this as a realism piece. So we're going to see. I'm going to continue to form this out a little bit more. Is the reference with the microphone? Yes, with the microphone. So he's sitting at a table, there's a water bottle, in front of him, just in the foreground, and there's a microphone there. Maybe I can show you really quick. Let's see if I can do a share screen here real quick and see if it'll show it. Nope, because my share screen is not linked anymore because I've changed all my buttons in my system. Let me see if I can quickly reset this. Oh, wait a minute. I've reprogrammed that, haven't I? I have a share. No. Let's do turn off the timer. And I think I just need to hit... Sorry, still trying to figure this out. No, I apparently haven't programmed that in yet. Weird. Okay, so I do have a share screen that I should be able to show you guys. Hang on a sec while I try and see if I have it in here still. Yes, I do. So let me quickly set that up. Source, scene, in drawing, and I need it to share screen. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? TV, TV, TV. There it is, TV screen capture. Okay, so now if I do this, you guys should be able to see the image here really quick of the one that I'm using to do that. And of course, that's on a separate screen completely, but you get the right idea. So we can switch back. Okay, so just really quickly, I'm just trying to learn from my mistakes here and see if we can kind of still pull out the image of him on here and make it look like him somewhat, just so I can say I did it. Okay. All right, so trying to exaggerate the nostrils a little bit, because I'm really not doing much exaggeration to this face, which is unfortunate because that's supposed to be what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay. Okay. All right, now. All right. So I'm really torn by this because there's a certain way you need to build up a face. structure that, honestly, I'm seeing I do draw too much. That's my problem. I'm drawing too detailed at this moment, and it's messing me up. You might mean something completely different by that, but... Yo, draw too much. What's up with you? Mr. Diego. So, I like it, but I really don't like it at all. And I think that if I was to do this over again, without a time constraint, let's see what happens now. Once again, thinking really, oh, I love clip paint, man. Oh, it's amazing. It will be worth the $8.99. It will be. It's absolutely amazing to have it on iPad. I mean, I do love it. Sorry, I do love it. It's all that and more. So, let me see if I can draw him now just without time constraint per se. And of course, I need to focus on my other artwork, but I really want to see if I can get a little better, just to feel like I'm getting his likeness in an actual image a little better. So zooming it out, really focusing on really just trying to get his face a little better. How do I stream it, though? I'm scared of the subscription. Not my thing, but so much stuff in it. The thing is, if you are doing this for a living, if you're selling caricatures for a living, $8.99 isn't as bad. If you can sell a caricature for $40, $50, $60, depending on what you're selling online, then $8.99 a month, it makes sense. For someone who is doing this for fun, for a high school kid or even a college kid or a parent, that cost is a bit excessive. But for a professional, I do think that it is absolutely a worthy subscription. And a lot of people are complaining about the fact that it is subscription based. But I mean, every program out there is doing it, so everyone's so angry at them for doing it. But quite honestly, can we expect any different? That is the trend of our generation, so it doesn't surprise me. And how do I stream it? Basically, I'm using something called Lonely Screen, which is basically a Apple TV program that this iPad is reading. I'm completely wireless. Hands down, completely wireless. And if I was to try and draw right now, I mean completely wireless, no wires. And if I was to draw right now, literally, it's so instant. I mean, it's incredibly instant. It's the best program I've ever used for that, hands down. And I think they've put a price on it. I got it while it was free. I think it's like $14 a month now. and if it came down to them asking me to pay that price, I would probably do that as well for the sake to have that. But yeah, it's completely wireless, and it's actually kind of amazing how well it works. I'm really kind of impressed by that. But yeah, of course they put a charge on it after I downloaded it, and I've been using it. So I'm afraid they're going to be buzzing me any day to be like, hey, where's our money? Because I'm using it for business, and for business that's like $24 a month, which I obviously can't do. Or is it a year? It might be a year. I'm not sure. But yeah, when you look at it from a professional perspective, $8.99 a month really isn't that bad. I'm paying $50 a month for the Adobe Suite, and that is incredibly hard to swallow. $8.99 in comparison, absolutely. Okay. So far, so good. By the way, thank you to all the new followers on here. We're growing fast, which is awesome. Trying to get 100 by the end of November so I can do a caricature giveaway. I want to give 1 or 2 people the chance to get a caricature drawn by me, which is it's much easier to draw real people than it is to draw celebrities. I hate drawing celebrities, but I would be very happy to draw one of you guys, or 2 of you guys. I haven't quite decided that just yet, but I need to get 100 followers in here, and if you can share this with your friends and get some more people in here, that would help me out a lot, because I want to see this succeed. We're really focusing on doing lives as much as possible during the month of November. After that, we're going to see how we can do on Twitch. I really want to see this turn into something long-term, but I honestly don't know just with what the job is right now. Main problem is $9 is fine, but then add another subscription, then another. It's software you don't own. The moment you stop paying, it's gone. That's what I don't like. Yeah, well, and that just comes with the territory. It's not their fault you have 20 programs. and I mean, the thing... Whoa, hello, stars. The thing I think is, if you can find a way to make money with the product, then you're great, you know? And this is the best program I've used for drawing since PC, you know, for sure. And it's really cool that they finally have it back. Definitely, though, it requires a bit of sacrifice, for sure. Yeah, I have the PC version too, and I honestly, when I went to iPad, I stopped using it, and I just went to Procreate, and I've drawn in Procreate for forever. But yeah, I also have the PC version, and love the PC version, but I admit I haven't used it in maybe literally a year. Yeah, vector layers are pretty awesome, and I think they do vector layers in here too. Which I admit I don't use them, but I think they do them in here. I find if I ever need vector line work, it's not for the same reason. I'm a graphic designer, so usually when it comes to vector line work, I need line work that can jump over into Illustrator, where I could design a logo in here and then take it to Illustrator. And that's something this program doesn't do, which is an absolute shame. But if they did that, then my world would be forever changed, and I would give $10 a month instead of $8. But yeah, I've never really needed the vector lines for this because I'm not someone who adjusts his lines after. I'm someone who builds it during, and if I don't like the line, then I'll undo and redo it over again until I get it right, until I'm happy with it. It'd be awesome if, thanks to Clip Studio being iOS, made other drawing apps wake up and add more. Oh, I completely agree. And one thing I would love to see that even Clip Studio would redo would be to put a record feature, a screen record feature in their program. That would be the next thing I would ask them to do. Because I use Procreate, and Procreate, it automatically records, which I absolutely love to no end. And that's not something that this program does as far as I could tell. I haven't seen a function like that. Now, obviously, you can tell the iOS to record it, but you have to tell it to record it. And the thing I like about Procreate is the instant that you start your drawing, it starts recording without you telling it, and I like that a lot. So it gives me the opportunity to focus on artwork, and my tablet does all the work for me that I'm going to need later when I decide to make a YouTube video or an Instagram or whatever video, just on the fly, you know? where this would take more thought and would probably even use more memory to record directly from the iPad in comparison to using the built-in system. Okay, I kind of officially hate Hemsworth, because now he's got me really curious on just how to draw. I'm trying to learn how to do this guy right, and I'm just not feeling it at all. And it's because I'm overthinking him, and because oftentimes when someone is a celebrity, it just destroys what you should be focusing on, because you have an image of them already in your head of how they're supposed to look in celebrity, where when a complete stranger comes up to you and says, draw me, you have no idea about them, you have no clue, and you really don't care if you hurt their feelings, because they just came in and got a caricature. So if I was trying to draw him like I would one of my people who came and sat down in front of me and got drawn, I might do something like this, like this. Okay. That's it. Just keep thinking fast. Keep thinking fast. Alright. And now I can rework the chin. Okay, and let's do, just trying to get out of my head, and I'm having a hard time with it, so it's a good learning experience for sure. If you guys aren't following me yet on Twitch, would love if you'd stop by. Just go to twitch.tv/Draw2Much, and would love it if you'd stop on in here and get subscribed. Follow me here. We don't have subscriptions yet. If you're not following me on YouTube, though, head on over to youtube.com/ is it Tim Michael Arts? I think it's youtube.com/ Tim Michael Arts. Or you can also just look up Draw2Much on YouTube and subscribe to me over there. Thank you very much to all of my new subscribers who jumped in here like crazy within the past 2 days, actually 3 days since I've made my video talking about Clip Studio. I love that everyone jumped on that so much. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it, because they're quick, they're painless, and they're a lot of fun to make videos now because of my new live system and how I can quickly turn over a video and get it online. And it's just a lot of fun to not feel like I'm having to do as much production, and it's more of sit down, turn on the camera, record, upload it to YouTube, because I got all the functions already built into OBS or open broadcasting software or whatever I'm using to create my videos. And just would really appreciate if you guys join in and have some fun with me. If we get 100 people in here, I will be giving away a free caricature to someone, and I'm very excited about that. And we are reaching our goal pretty quickly. We've only been here on Twitch for about a week and a half now. I'd say about a week. and we're killing it, quite literally. I mean, we're just knocking it out of the park and getting a whole bunch of people in here, and I greatly appreciate everyone who's joining in. And I'm hoping that we can make as many videos as much as possible. I'm focusing for right now just to get through the month of November and see about how much we get done and how much exposure I get from this, and then we'll go from there, because honestly, I don't know what life is leading, where life is going right now, because right now I'm kind of unemployed per se. I do have a part-time job, and I'm all set up in it, but they haven't even called me in for my first shift yet, and I'm not even sure when that's going to be. So money is absolutely an issue, and as much as I'm loving the idea that I can be on here and draw with you guys, it's not financially beneficial in any way, shape, or form for me right now, and it's tough. So as much as I would love to do this every single day, they're just, at this point in time, unless you guys do some kind of a crazy miracle on your end, I'm going to be back at a job, and I won't be able to do this every day during the day like I've been doing for the past week and a half, which has been so much fun. But no, I need a lot of help to even begin to make this a thing that would actually be a regular thing, unfortunately. But I dream big. Dream very, very... I dream far too big, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. Thank you to 6 people in here. This is awesome. You can leave a comment on YouTube, and you can also comment on Twitch. Both those comments will show up right below me here, and I love reading your comments, so don't be afraid. See, when I loosen up, now it's starting to look like Hemsworth. Not great, but it's a lot better than the other ones were. At least in the face here, if I was to show you that, that looks a lot more like him than before. Alright, anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to go ahead and delete that and hop back over here to my commission that I'm working on, that I have been focusing on before I went on this crazy spin-off to do this rush thing. So let me go ahead. You know what, really quickly, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break. I need to check the mail and see if I've gotten some packages in that need to be reviewed on my other channel, as well as just try and rest my throat, because my goodness, my throat is dead. So I will be back in about 5 minutes. I'll put the timer up, and I'll see you guys in just a few, okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Give me about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. I hit the button. Is the button seriously not programmed? Let me check this. The button has to work, because I love that button. If you guys don't know, I use Stream Deck. It's amazing! And it... Apparently I haven't reprogrammed everything completely yet. Alright, here we go. Now it'll work. Ready? See you in 5. And we are back, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and being patient with me on my little breaks here and there. Well, that was a fun little challenge that I tried to do, drawing Chris Hemsworth. It's really, really difficult to draw people who are celebrities because you have an assumption of what they look like, and you draw what you think they look like instead of what they actually are. And caricaturing in itself is a challenge. You guys know that. No matter what, you're always going to be faced with a unique scenario when it comes to drawing people in that sense. So we're going to go ahead and get back to working on some more commission work and keep going for another little bit here and see how the time plays out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I look forward to spending some more time with you. Please make sure that you can help me out, because if you look right here, you can see that you can follow me, and if we can get 100 people in the next month, then I will be doing a giveaway at the end of November. We got 16 days ago to get 100 people. And then, of course, over here you can see we are trying to gain $160 in the month of November. So if you guys are willing to donate, that would be very, very helpful. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on in and hanging out. And now we're going to go ahead and make some more magic and get some more artwork done here and try and get done another sale. So let's go ahead and hop into my drawing program here and reawaken my software so that way we can continue to do some drawing. Hang on just a sec here and see if I can wake this back up. Last time this happened, I had to reboot my computer, and I usually don't like to reboot my computer, so let's see what happens here. It doesn't like it. I hate when it doesn't like it. Let's try this. Let's close out the system and reopen it. Let's see if I can wake this up. Come on, please work. Grr. We may be down. I hate when this happens. What do I draw? I draw caricatures mainly. That's mainly what I do, but I also do a lot of cartoons as well. And they're a lot of fun when my systems work. And we have 8 people in here, and I have no way to get my system working. I'm trying my best. Hang on just a sec. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Let me see if it worked. If it worked, I'll be very happy. Please work. Come on. Yay! Oh, we're back. Alrighty. So I'm working right now on this commission, which will hopefully pop up here in just a second once Studio Paint has reloaded. There we go. And this is going to be a face-to-waist caricature, which is going to look awesome because this guy wants a dust storm in it and stuff like that. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that I'm intending to do to this piece. It's going to look really, really cool once I'm done with it. His face looks great. I'm super pleased with that. Now it's time to move on to the body, and he needs to be in military camo. So got a little bit of work to do there ahead of me. So let me pull up some referencing for military camo and see what we can do there. I can also close a couple windows and maybe get some more bandwidth back, which would be very, very helpful. And once again, guys, I intend to do a lot more of these 10-minute challenges. So if you are not yet following me on Twitter, I would greatly appreciate it because that's going to be a big help. And the link for that is Legacy Studio Pro. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's just Legacy Studio Pro. Let me quickly pop into Facebook and see if I can find any reference photos of this guy in military camo. And if so, then I will be able to continue this and we can get moving forward on this a little bit more. I need some white military camo. And I just want to find him so I can kind of nail down what his uniform should look like. Which that should work, I think. We're going to see if I can do this. Okay. The other thing I'm going to focus on here is getting these goggles put on his head, which are FPV goggles. And if you want to learn more about FPV, then you need to go and check out my other channel, which is Shreddy Bear. And if you stop on by Shreddy Bear, then that will be waiting for you, and it's a lot of fun to hang out on the Shreddy Bear channel. What is going on, EBU? Got people in the house. 8 people in here, which is awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in and hanging out with me. Love, love, love when we get a lot of people in here and I can actually have some conversations and some fun. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any. And if not, then just hang out. Let's have a good time together and just enjoy ourselves. And get some music turned on. I would turn on some music for you guys. But apparently the music that I can play on Twitch, I can't play on YouTube, and I've uploaded some of these video videos that we've been sharing on YouTube from Twitch, and oh my word, I get 30 or 40 emails from YouTube going, sorry, copyright, 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 and I'm not able to monetize any of it. So I apologize that I can't play music for you guys, because that's a bit unfortunate that apparently music that can be used on Twitch cannot be used on YouTube. Which is weird, because it's supposed to be copyright free, but whatever. All right, getting some antennas put on these goggle sets here, so that way this guy can see when he's flying. Which is a wonderful hobby, by the way. If you guys have never tried drone flying or quad racing, as we would prefer to call it, flying quads, then you're really missing out on a really amazing hobby. 28 followers, yes, I'm trying to grow quickly, and it helps out a lot. Trying to go quickly, and everyone's doing awesome and following in, and we're really getting some momentum here. I really appreciate it. The more we get, the sooner we get to that goal, and I can give away a caricature, which I really want to do. Okay, so the goggles look pretty good. I can probably start inking those in, so I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, let me get the right color. That will make a difference. Okay. I think we've been on Twitch so far for about a week and a half or so, and we have 28 followers. That really is all kinds of excellent, because I'm telling you guys, I remember when I started my YouTube channel, and I fought tooth and nail for about a year to get 30 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And it took about 2 to 3 years to even begin getting past that 30 mark. That was kind of like, you know how you go on a diet and you hit those plateaus? Well, that was my plateau. 30 was my plateau. And I remember how difficult it was to get past it, and once I did, you know, it was wonderful and super cool to see that people actually were interested in my work and everything that I've done, and things just changed from there, and now we're at 12,080 or 12,090 on YouTube, and still growing strong, which is amazing, and it's all because of you guys, and I greatly appreciate it. Okay, goggles are on. Let's go ahead and erase a little bit of the unnecessary face here. There we go. And let's also turn off the sketch in the background, which we won't need. And I'll just apply another antenna here really quick. Alrighty. Okay. Let's go ahead and erase a little bit of the back of this. Cool. All right, he's got some goggles now. It looks pretty good. There will need to be a texture on there, so I'll have to find some white camo texture. And usually what I'll do is I'll just go onto Google and I'll look up white camo texture or pattern. Actually, pattern would be better. And we'll see if I can find a block of pattern for white camo. And just in case, I'm going to put white digital camo. And see if we can get some, yeah, cool. Plenty of digital camo that I can work with here. I'm also looking for a pretty high resolution. So I'm going to go to Tools, Size, Large. And got some good sizes here. Oh, there we go. That's even better. That's it. That's probably what we're looking for the color, because he might call it white digital camo, but I think there's some green involved. So I'm going to go ahead and download this camo here real quick. And I'm just going to save it to the desktop, I guess. Alright, now I need to send it to my iPad. which honestly I could just look it up on my iPad. Maybe I'll do that real quick. Can't put any music on because every time I put music on for Twitch that is copyright free, I put it up on YouTube and I get 30 emails instantly from YouTube saying that I can't do it. So I've tried copyright free music. I've tried the stuff on Nightbot. It's either Nightbot or the other one. Nothing works. So sadly, YouTube and Twitch butt heads when it comes to music rights and licenses. And I really hate getting 30 emails of people not liking it. So let me quickly hop here into Chrome. And we're going to look up digital camo. Okay. And we're going to go to images. And that almost works. Let's do white digital camo. And you can see we got tons of white digital camo here, but I think that the camo I'm looking for, whoops, let's go to, where's tools on here? Search tools, size, large. Okay, and then I think the camo that he wants is more like, where is it? I just saw it. This. Is this it? That's iStock. I'm not using that. This might work. Does that really how bad it is? Wow. I said large. Yeah. Nope, that's Getty Images. Can't use that one either. That's it right there, except that one's also from Dreamscape. Maybe I can use this one. We're going to give this a shot. Save image. Okay. Let me get out of here and import image. That'll work. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and put these over top the goggles there. And now we're going to go ahead and grab my eraser. Let me rasterize this. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just erase all the excess that I don't need here. Whoops. Rasterize. There we go. So now I can just clean up everything outside of here, and I will have some very quickly camoed up goggles, which will be great. Let me make them a bit smaller. Oh, this is why. There we go. Okay. Now, I would love to put music in here. It really, really stinks because I got really excited that I could do that, and I even found that there's a playlist on Spotify that I can play that's supposed to be copyright free, and oh my word, the emails, man, the emails I got. That was a long day. Just decided, nope, that won't work. That will not work. So that's why I try to talk a lot. Maybe a bit too much, but that's why I talk a lot. Alright, so there we go. Got some good old-fashioned camo goggles going on there. And then what I'll do is I'll actually add some shading, which will make that look a lot less coherent. I think it'll look really cool. So that's a great start, though, for those goggles. And just whoop, clean up a tiny little detail or two. And then I'll start drawing up the body. Okay. That looks cool. Now we move on. Let's start drawing in the body structure. And let me see if I charged him for holding his quad. I probably did. This is why I run all of my stuff on Facebook, so I can just go and look up our conversation and have a full written conversation. If you guys want to order a caricature, you can take a look at Draw2Much.com, and there is my price list on there where you can go and find all that good stuff. And then, of course, if you find that you want to get one, you can send me a message on Facebook. Just add me on Facebook. There is a link to find my Facebook page on the Draw2Much site. And just get a hold of me on a private chat, and I will give you a quote. Let's see. Let's see. Painted fat sharks, dusty air. Okay. Okay. Now to start faking in a body. I need reference for camo uniform. Okay. Sometimes I like to use Pinterest to find my photos. Pinterest.com and Army camo uniform. And hopefully that'll give me a nice, operational camouflage pattern, Army combat uniform. That's perfect. So that way I can have the most up-to-date version. There we go. That will make all the difference. Got a bunch of people hanging out here. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start working on just his trunk. So that'll be just like the chest and abs, laterals. Just start to get the structure of what a muscle man in a suit like this would look like. And now I'll do the shoulders. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and begin a structure for the arms, which I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the arms yet, and that's going to play a pretty important role. I'm also thinking I may put this in a pendant, which I think would look kind of cool, and then I got to figure out how to add the dust storm in the pendant. Which is the reason why I'm considering doing a pendant is because I think that's actually going to be easier to create that dust storm, because it's not as much image that has to be created. But we're going to see. All right. Okay, and we can put a patch here and a patch here. Okay. right, so we got the shirt underneath, we got shoulders, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now that I know this, now I can start working on the idea of the pendant. So let's go ahead and move everything else into a layer. Folder. Okay, that way I can just move everything at once. Let me check and see. Yeah, everyone's having fun over on Instagram. Thank you much, EBU, for all of your spamming follows. Appreciate that. Well, spamming likes and hearts or whatever over on Instagram. Appreciate that. And let's go ahead and shrink this down. Okay, and because I'm not doing anything where I need to adjust that anymore, I'm going to turn on the ratio so that way I don't mess up what I got going on here. And now let's go ahead and look at drawing in this whole idea that I have of doing a pendant. I think I'm just going to hand draw it in for now just to get the feel of what it might look like. Okay, so it won't be a perfect circle, and I'm not going to try to make it a perfect circle because if I go this route, then I'm just going to do this probably in Illustrator to create this shape. Unless I do it vectored in here, which I can, and I might do that, so we'll see. Okay. You know, it'd be really cool would be to make the, I don't even know if it's possible, I wouldn't even know how to begin rendering it, but to make the dust storm around him kind of going around him. That would be kind of amazing, admittedly. I have no idea how possible that would be, because that would just take a world of rendering. But we're going to have to see, because that would look pretty amazing, I think. And then maybe I'll still draw the horizon behind him, and then maybe do some kind of dust storm coming up behind him. Okay, and then dusty air is going to go here. Dusty air or dusty FPV? I think it's dusty air. Dusty air, yep. I like that. I think that looks really, really good. Okay. So, admittedly, I didn't sell him to draw a quad in it for him. At least I don't think I did. But I might draw a quad in there anyway to help with the whole dusty air idea. Yeah, so I just said a goggle set and a radio. So actually, I would be giving him a pretty big price cut. I mean, like I'd be giving him a pretty big discount for me to also draw in the quad. But honestly, to get the concept that I'm liking here, I might throw that in, unless I decide to go a different route. But I think that drawing in a quad into this would help with this whole idea. And I can also take that quad over the border here, which always adds to an image. And then if I can kind of make this storm kind of look like it's flowing with it, around it, I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, that's a lot of rendering and detail, but I like the idea. And then we need to build his radio up. So using a different color just so I can kind of tell things apart. I made a whole video about using the rainbow, the Skittles, when it comes to drawing your caricatures to kind of help you differentiate from everything. So I'm going to use a different color. We're going to draw on a radio here. And that means that I can kind of pick where I put my hands. And he's got big hulky arms. So we got to make sure he gets his big hulky arms in here because that's going to be really important. So I'll try to make sure that the muscles show through the jacket that he's wearing because he is in military uniform. Okay. All right, so that's going to go this way. And here we go. So there we go. That'll be the radio. And that looks pretty decent, I think, for the most part. And then hopefully I can kind of get some masculine kind of hands going on here. Okay. I mean, he just looks beastie there, doesn't he? I think it's going to be really cool looking once it's done. I do think that this shoulder's coming out a bit too far, so I'm just going to go ahead and, while I'm here, I'm just going to crop just this top part of the arm, and I think I'm going to just rotate this inward a little. Still want that muscle, but I need it to be a bit more realistic and consistent with the rest of the body. So just by rotating it in, that should kind of build up that consistency a little bit. Or in a worst case scenario, maybe I'll take that other shoulder on the far side and pop it out a little bit more. But I want him to be hulky, but I don't want him to be unrealistic in lines of body anatomy. I'm certain he doesn't. I'm certain he wants muscular, but he wants his body muscular, not Hulk muscular. When really the focus he wants the focus to be on him as a drone pilot and not as the Incredible Hulk, which I'd be happy to draw too. Anyway, I think that's kind of the route that we need to go there. Thank you very much to 6 people hanging out in here. Greatly appreciate it. What do we got here? Nope, that's completely different business. Don't worry about that. All right. All right, let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and begin looking at inking up some of this stuff. So I think I like the structure of it all, so I am going to put it all together, and we're going to go ahead and drop the opacity on this so that I'm just leaving together some of the details here. Now, I do kind of want the body in this as well, so I'm going to go find the body structure that I drew. That's going to stay there, so the body at least is going to be molded into this one. Perfect. Now I can turn this off, and we can drop the opacity on this. And just in case, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Save as. Okay, so far so good. Now we can go ahead and start on the body structure. Let me go ahead and go find the military uniform again so I can make sure I get the structuring. I'm not certain about pockets. Let me see if there's any other pictures of military uniform being used today. Because I got stuff here from old times, but I need the newer stuff. There we go. Israeli Defense Force. There's the uniforms. Okay, that looks pretty good. What's this one? Looks like he may have a pocket. Yeah, I think I might put a tactical pocket up here, but I'm not certain if one is supposed to go there or not. So we're going to see. One more sketch, just to make sure I'm getting the body structure down properly, and then I'm going to go ahead and start inking this. Let me go grab a different color. Okay, so this is going to be the body structure. Going to be kind of the final concept of the clothes, making sure that I'm right on the money as much as possible. By the way, if any of you guys are FPV pilots, and if you've been following me for a long time, and if you are a wing fanatic, which I know many folks that I draw are, and you guys have been telling me to get into wings for a long time, if you look right back here, you will see a wing in progress that I am working on. That, of course, is a flight test arrow, and I'm very excited to get it done, and very curious to see how that goes. I haven't built a foam plane in a very long time, and of course it is flight test, so it is cheap foam. And this is pre brown paper, so this was given to me a long time ago, I think by Matt Smith. And if so, then I will, I mean, if that's true, then thank you, Matt. I know he gave me a punjet and some stuff like that. I don't know if I have that still or not. I might have given that to a friend. But I definitely want to try and get it built and see if I can fly it. It's almost done, just needs some wiring and some motors and such. And I think I have all that lined up already. But, of course, there's just a bunch of uncertainty, because I'm also going to be using my old radio to fly it. So we're going to see how this goes. It could either go really good or really, really bad. Alright, gonna see if I can give him some really nice, big, sturdy hands. Alright, it is going on 4:30 here in Montana, which means I should probably start wrapping up our stream for the day. There will be another stream tomorrow, that's for sure, and we will see when it starts. Like I said, I am still waiting to find out when my shifts begin, or what days I have them. I'm basically waking up at 1 a.m. every morning to be prepared to go in and do a shift that has not been promised to me yet. And that's just kind of the way of the game for me right now, which is incredibly unfortunate, because I'm going to bed at like 7 at night. But my wife comes home around this time, so I want to make sure I'm off of here and spending time with her during the evenings before I have to go to bed at like 7 or 6 o'clock, which is very unfortunate. But yes, I will be back tomorrow, most likely, unless I do my first shift. But at this point in time, I think we're probably going to be safe. So, very excited to see you guys tomorrow and continue this drawing probably. And just continue working on commissions. Like I always say, guys, if you want to get a commission, you can take a look at Draw2Much.com and see about where you can, if you have a caricature you would like to order. And then, of course, you can take a look at all of my crazy stuff on my Facebook. And if you look up Draw2Much on Facebook, I pop right up, and you can see all my crazy stuff I've been up to. And that's about it, guys. Just, I'm having a wonderful day with you guys, and I would love to not cut this short, but I want to make sure that I'm always available to my wife, first and foremost. So, I feel really good about this. This will be a great place to continue on this tomorrow, I think. And we're going to hopefully get this done tomorrow, I think. And then, of course, we'll figure out all this crazy stuff around the outside and see if it's even possible to create a dust storm around a person in this form. I really hope it works because I think it would look really, really cool. But I think Dusty Air will like his stuff, and we'll go from here and see what he thinks. So I'll probably send him a concept of it tonight and see how he feels, just to make sure he's happy with it. And I think that's about going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and say one more time, as you guys already know, come on over here and follow me. We have 16 days to go to get 100 people in here, so help me out and invite your friends. That would mean a lot to me. And if you look over here, you can see that you can donate to the cause. Like I said, my job is very much up in the air, and some financial assistance would be wonderful. So you can do that, of course, by doing it through all these links that you can see over here on this side, and there should be places for donations. So I think that's going to do it for me tonight, and thank you so much for hanging out. And like I said, if you have any questions about Clip Studio, you want me to do any tutorials or anything, leave them in the comment box on YouTube, or you can also leave them in the chat, but of course the comment box is probably going to be the best place. Or you can tweet them to me. Look up Legacy Studio Pro on Twitter, and I will see that. And I will try to make sure to add some links and also get it included in this stuff so you can see where you can find my Twitter in the near future, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope that you had a good time. I really had a great time with you. We're at 2 hours and 32 minutes of recording today. So God bless you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Keep an eye out for my tweets because I will be letting you know when I will be live. And, of course, follow me here on this amazing Twitch, and we will make sure that you get notified when I'm here. I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.